Greetings, foolish mortals. 'Tis I, Viktorya Roze Tassi, and I'm really starting to pound out YouTube videos today. Anyway, in today's video, as I'm sure you may or may not have guessed, based on the subject title, I'm going to be discussing fan fiction, things in fan fiction that drive me absolutely bat poop crazy. Something that not a lot of people out there know is that I've been writing fan fiction for more than 10 years. I started publishing on fanfiction.net when I was a sophomore in high school. And I wrote some pretty terrible fan fiction. I think the first fan fiction that I wrote was a Twilight AU. It was about Bella being in like a biker gang and they hunt the supernatural. And I turned Bella from being a Mary Sue into being a bad Mary Sue, just saying that much. And since then, I developed my own style. I since corrected a lot of the errors I started writing, which in this video I am going to be revealing what I did, which makes me cringe. Alright, so let's get to it. And just so that way you know, these are in no particular order whatsoever. I do have 10 major pet peeves that I'm going to be talking about. And I'm also going to be giving examples of what I think of them. Number 10 is writing for a fan fiction or AU that you clearly never researched into. For example, and this was years ago, I have no way of knowing whatsoever if the fan fiction is still up. Someone wrote a mermaid AU for a fandom. I can't remember the fandom I was into at the time. Like, I can't remember the fandom that this mermaid AU was in. I started reading it because I love mermaids. And in the AU, mermaids could grow wings and fly and breathe fire. And I'm basically all like, nope. Now, I'm not saying that the fan fiction was good or bad because I cannot remember anything about it other than the fact that it was about mermaids who could do not mermaidy stuff, which some people out there may like that kind of stuff, but not me. Like, it doesn't align with what I know about mermaids, like what I had canon that mermaids are into. What they do, what they can't do, what they look like, just stuff like that. Stuttering. Stuttering isn't always Professor Quirrell. I stutter myself. Like, I'll be talking about something, then I'll get tripped up on a word. I'll say the same word like 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row, basically trying to force my way through it. For example, I'll be talking about something, then instead of saying something like fork, I'll say instead cork. And just, yeah, something like that. Something I'm extremely self conscious about. I have not edited myself out when I was doing stuttering because honestly, I think that people out there, they should be able to know me. Like, know me and all my flaws and stuff like that. Next one, and this is something that not a lot of people out there know, adding E at the end of things. For example, blonde, BLONDE, is for female, while the BLOND, no E at the end, is for a male. Same for brunette. Just, I actually found that out when I was writing a fan fiction for, I want to say it was an Assassin's Creed. Anyway, I was basically using the male equivalent spelling for everything. But then someone popped into my comments, it was on AO3 by the way, and said, hey, blah 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 blah. And since then I've been extremely conscious of doing that. And just, yeah. This next one is something that drives me absolutely butt poop crazy. Using the term bridal carry. Just do not be lazy, please. There are like at least 100 different ways for you to describe someone being carried like that. For example, I'm going to be using male female term for this so that way you know. For example, you could say something like, he picked her up and cradled her to his chest like a newborn babe. Or you could say he picked her up, one arm under her shoulder blades, one arm underneath her knees. Just, I'm sorry, it's just something that I hate. I was reading a fan fiction about Armitage Hux from Star Wars. Absolutely brilliant fan fiction. Loved the writing style, everything about it. However, halfway through the story, the author described something and it was bridal carry. And I had to stop reading after that. This next one drives me crazy. It is eyes, not orbs. Orbs are something to me like spirit orbs. Eyes, just say eyes. Do not say orbs. Just, I'm sorry, but that kind of 12-year-old is if you ask me, which, if you are a 12-year-old and you are writing fan fiction, please do not publish them. Just, please do not publish them. This next one is giant clumps of text with no proper paragraphs. Just, if you want to make my brain vomit, do this. Just, I cannot tell you the number of times when I clicked on a story because it looked good, only to see that there were a couple times in the past where I took a story, copied it off of fanfiction and archive of our own or whatever, put it in Word, then I put the right paragraphs into it, and yeah, that took a lot out of me. This next one is incorrect usage of punctuation markings. I understand that English is not a lot of people's first language and that they're writing something in a language that they aren't fluent in, which is fine. Just, yeah, you can tell by the look of my face that drives me crazy. This next one is crappy writing. I'm talking like my immortal level crappy writing. I do not like my immortal at all, for those of you out there who are wondering. It is an atrocity to fan fiction. Just, that fiction never been published. And for those out there who don't know, my immortal is someone absolutely bat poop crazy, insane version of Harry Potter. I mean, I'll tell you what, everyone is goth. I think Harry is a vampire at one point. The smut scenes are very bad. It's just a whole nother level of bad. This next one is minors writing smut. Please do not write smut if you're a minor. Aside from the fact where it is basically illegal to do it, you are not being creative whatsoever because most minors out there have not had sex yet. This last one is spelling and grammar. Like, again, I understand if English isn't someone's first language, and that's perfectly fine and all that jazz. However, please do not be like a 9-year-old and constantly be making like spelling errors. Just like me, for example, whenever I'm writing a word and I'm not exactly 100% certain of the spelling, I go to Google. I go to Google because I am not that kind of barbarian who will just simply post a fic and have a bunch of spellings everywhere. Just, nope, not happening. Not in this lifetime, at least anyway. So that is it for my list of fan fiction pet peeves. What are your pet peeves? Let me know down below in the comments. Bye!